We're here live in Chicago at the NHBL Superdome for the second tournament of Season 9 for the National Heavy Boxing League, the Clash, the only stock fist tournament in the league, and the playing field very much leveled. The Gentleman's Fedora alongside Ray Devan, proud to be on call for the day one of the Clash. It's looking very interesting because out of 16 heavy boxers entering into the Clash, only 6 of them have not made an appearance in Season 9. 10 people returning from the Backyard Brawl, including several emergency backups. But what's even more interesting, Ragewill, Gearhead, and Ice, all 3 of those heavy boxers have decided to step away from the Clash due to personal reasons. An even more impactful note to write down here is that Ice, the defending Sasha Heavyweight Champion, has yet to qualify for the playoffs, which gives even more of a chance for the heavy boxers participating in tonight's contest. Of course, we'll see some new faces, some old faces. It'll be very interesting. As I bring in my broadcast partner, Ray Devan, this first matchup between Axeman 13 and SpaceVegemite, of course, for Axeman 13, he's already at a 61% hit percentage, and SpaceVegemite making his first appearance in the Season 9 Majors. Axeman taking that loss to Spaten earlier on. It's going to be really interesting to see how that matchup is. How do you see SpaceVegemite's first appearance in the Majors going here?
It's hard to say about that one. I mean, I have no any professional thoughts about that. If you mentioned that he is here on the first time, so we can probably assume that he hasn't such as experiences with heavy boxing. But in my opinion, that I think Axeman will win this one. But I think that Axeman is definitely the winner here. But SpaceVegemite, I think he might somehow get the tide turn in the middle of the fight and then gets to the top, but I can't guarantee that.
Another interesting note for Axeman as well is that in the first round, he beat Oni, who was facing off against Spaten, who was 4th place in the Backyard Brawl. That's the second contest for tonight. And of course, you match up those 2 heavy boxers. It's Oni facing against another top-tier heavy boxer in the league, looking interesting, especially since Spaten decided to be on the low priority for all of the backup rosters. For Oni, what's it going to take for that upset against Spaten in the first round?
It's hard to tell you, man. Yeah, I have no thoughts about that. It's, as I said, I have no professional thoughts, and I have no opinion on that one. I gotta pass.
And of course, Setup Lit, the European-based heavy boxer, his first appearance in the Season 9 Majors, of course, not surpassing the first round of the playoffs last year against JoJo, who lost to Spaten in the first round with a 50% on-target hit percentage. And following that is Chicken, the winner of the Backyard Brawl. And another interesting note to look at is that other than Spaten and now Big Boy Lethal, those are only two of his other opponents from the Final 4 in the Backyard Brawl that are present in the tournament tonight. But Chicken faces off against Razdazzler, who's made a huge storm at Fight Night, and this is his first appearance in the Majors. It's going to be really interesting to see how that matchup is. How do you think the runner-up for the Sasha Heavyweight Championship in Chicken is going to face up against the Fight Night stud that is Razdazzler?
I think he's going to stand up pretty good. I mean, if you already said that he has a plenty professional career, so we might think that, I don't know, that he can, or at least can go to the semifinals or somewhere, even win this whole match. I don't know right now.
It's going to be a tough matchup to see, and we'll go right into it. Axeman 13 and SpaceVegemite are going to head to the center of the ring, and we'll get this matchup underway with their warm-up. So, of course, for both of these heavy boxers, again, mentioned it with Axeman, he was 2-5 in rounds, 1 loss to the Backyard Brawl, 61% of his hits landed. And it's very interesting to look at a stat line like that, right, Ben? Because, again, shout out to Big Boy Lethal for now providing us with all of those in-depth stats. But an interesting note to look at with the hit percentage on there is that you know how accurate they are. And, of course, you look at it on the books, 61%, maybe a failing percentage in the school records and such. But he lost in the second round to Spaten. So Axeman has the capability to go farther as heavy boxer. It just depends on who he's facing up against.
Oh, okay.
It's very interesting for sure. And of course, as my broadcast partner heads to we'll see the rest of the warm-up rounds. First one beginning on as Axeman 13 and SpaceVegemite punch around, and Axeman managed to get a nice whip around move on there. And second warm-up round has concluded. We got one more, of course. But Radovan, you look at Axeman 13 and his push-up moves here. He's looking pretty burly for a heavy boxer coming into the clash.
He's starting rough on the first there.
So one last warm-up round to of course again the clash, as we mentioned, it's the only tournament with stock fit. So the even playing field, not as slow of a melee swing speed with the KGB, leaves it a little bit more interesting. It's going to be quicker rounds than we're normally used to.
It's on the bell. Ah, damn it. We got no bell ringer. 1 second. I got this.
Seems to always be a problem whenever you come to tournaments, as we have a bell set to ring. It's 4 different people colliding up there for the bell and just waiting on someone to officially set it off. And away we go in the Season 9 clash. SpaceVegemite and Axeman charge at each other. Axeman first punch dealt evenly by SpaceVegemite. Dealt in, and SpaceVegemite, with only 2 hits to give, gets the first round victory. Round 2, SpaceVegemite leads 1-0, and the punch is in. Axeman trying to get it back, ties it up 1-1. What an incredible second.
Of course, you might. In the first round, if you might say SpaceVegemite is going for an. Of course, he's going. He won the first round, but he somehow managed to break the ties that he used to have on the first round, and now he lost, I guess.
Here we are, tied up 1-1. Which one will head to the quarterfinals between Space and Axeman? Even punches dealt, down to 2, down to 1 for each, and it's SpaceVegemite heading to the next round.
But it's interesting that SpaceVegemite, that in the first 2 rounds he always headed to the on my left corner, but now he somehow changed his tactic and go more to the right corner. So I think that this tactic might somehow gave him the chance to lose at least.
We have Oni and Spaten next to collide their spot in the quarterfinals as they start their warm-up rounds. Let's talk a little bit about them, Rado. So Oni lost in the first round to Axeman 2-0. Unfortunately got swept, but did land 44% of the punches that were thrown. And against a 4th place Spaten with an 84% hit percentage, it's a whole 40% difference. So at least for Oni, we talked about it in the top, but Oni has got to gather the strength together, and it looks like that first warm-up round really set a potential motivational factor going forward.
You know that in the first warm-up round, if you can somehow manage to be good in the warm-up round, you don't have to be in the rest of the game. So I guess if you're, I don't know, somehow something tells me that it's still warm-up rounds. Something tells me that if you want to be successful in the rest of the game, you gotta somehow manage to lose on at least on the warm-up rounds, because then you can somehow clearly think about the strategy that you will then use in the rest of the game.
And you're right. The warm rounds aren't necessarily determinative, but it seems I'd be interested to see a stat line on that, on warm-up rounds W compared to the amount of rounds actually won in the physical match. Of course, starting out their final warm-up round here, and again with Spaten being 4th place, he's got essentially a B grade hit percentage, and to get 4th place in the tournament, I mean, get 4th place in the backyard brawl, nothing too bad for Spaten to be ashamed of. Though he's looking to qualify for the playoffs sooner than later.
In my opinion, this match is going to be more about movement. I mean, every single match was about movement and hit precisions. But I mean, in this match particular, they both use a strategy that involves serious movement. Like they won't even stop on the same place, if you know what I'm saying.
And with that, second match is underway between Oni and Spaten. Oni with the aggression right off the bat, going into the blue corner, tries to deal in the last punch. Spaten manages to get it last second. He had 2 punches to give, and now he's up 1.
Well, that was an interesting tactic. Trying to bait him on the middle, and then baiting him on the middle, and then slowly taking him to the back so he can having a better, a wider hit, can better hit, I guess.
1-0 lead for Spaten. Oni showed the aggression in the warm-ups, but Spaten gets even more punches up. Oni trying to make it back here, and the patented gator roll just does it again. 2-0, Spaten's moving on.
Oh, and that was something different from the first round, because now he is going more to the corner. Now he's going to bait him to more to the corner, and then try to at least land a good hit. I mean, those were good hits.
Now we head to our next match between JoJo and Setuplit. Both of these heavy boxers, at least for Setuplit's his first appearance in the majors, but he made it to the playoffs. He's made it to the playoffs several times as a backup heavy boxer. Hasn't been able to get past the hump of the second round, but looking to make a name for himself as we wait for Setuplit anxiously to come into the ring, and looks like Setuplit needs to switch over to blue team. That kind of occasional thing happens. He'll get swapped over just a little bit. But, of course, Setuplit, he's based in Europe. It's very interesting how he's faced off against boxers. I mean, he's managed to qualify for the playoffs for several years. He's been on a slump, unfortunately, for the last 2 seasons, being in as a backup in the playoffs and not on the first ballot list. But he's looking to change that narrative and get qualified first off here.
Oh. Okay.
As you can tell, our heavy boxers are very vibrant in their personality. They're both very vibrant as Setuplit just he's trying to have a warm-up in a bumper car fashion and not an actual warm-up setting, as we're waiting on him to, looks like here we go for the warm-up rounds finally. But you look at JoJo's stats. He lost to Spaten in the first round last tournament. He landed half of his punches, half of them missed. And that's a big reason why he took a loss in the first round of Spaten 2-0. But now against a new competitor who hasn't had that much major tournament experience, it could benefit in his favor.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that if you say already that JoJo has some experience, so it might somehow mirror it in the rest of the fight. If I don't know, if the experience once lasted him like, I don't know, that he has some positive experience, then he might use them in this fight, and it's going to be interesting because I have serious thoughts that JoJo might win this match.
Yeah, you make a valid point because experience could sometimes delve into that. To my knowledge, JoJo has participated in fight nights in the past few months. He's participated in some. I'm not sure about, but I know that each of them, of course, have experience. Setuplit being a heavy boxer since season 4. He's been around for a while, but it's just he hasn't really practiced as much recently. As JoJo takes the lead 2-1 in warm-up rounds. And round 1 between Setuplit and JoJo. Quick, even punch by both at the center of the ring. Make that 2, 3, punch 4, and 5 is dealt by Setuplit. He had 1 punch left to give, but managed to wait, and then punch.
Oh, that was a nice tactic. I mean, of course, JoJo did well in the warm-up rounds, and this is what I said in the match before, that you don't have to be good in the warm-up rounds to be good in the rest of the match. And as you can see, it is true. He's done some great moves on that one.
It's a 1-0 advantage for Setuplit. Of course, there's a penalty with the shotgun being fired off, but the match continuing. Punches dealt, and JoJo, for now, has tied it 1-1, but at least with the shotgun fire, that indicates a penalty. So we'll get the call from Simi.
Yeah, that was a false start on a Setuplit. So yeah, that's just a warning.
So what was a 1-1 tie? What was a 1-1 tie is still 1-0 for Setuplit with the false start. So worked out in his favor there. But JoJo trying to get the punch off, and JoJo, it doesn't matter for him, ties it up officially 1-1.
He is now going pretty aggressive there. No, there is little to see any tactics. Now he went from baiting to just to straight aggression. This is going to be an interesting fight for me.
It's now tied 1-1. Setup lit going in with the aggressive punch. He gets dealt it back by JoJo. Trying to get it through. JoJo with the aggression. Tied at 1, and it's JoJo heading to the next round.
Oh, that was just purely aggression. I loved that. In my opinion, I mean, yeah, strategy is important and all, but it's also good to have an aggressive aggressive style of gameplay, because then there is a higher chance that you're going to success in most.
Chicken and Raz Dazzler to head to the ring. Looks like they're taking their precious time there, as Raz Dazzler there first, and now it's Chicken. So what else can be said about Chicken that's not already been said? I mean, runner-up for the Sasha Heavyweight Championship last year, ended up losing 6-2. Ended up losing 6-2 against Ice in the league championship, but he's come back swinging. He's already qualified for the playoffs. He's first place in the backyard brawl. He's got an 89% hit percentage, as they meme in the warm-up rounds. And again, other than Spotting and Big Boy Lethal, he doesn't have to worry about any other. There was only one other opponent missing from that Final Four from the backyard brawl, and originally it was just going to be Spotting, but then Big Boy Lethal decided to step in. But for Chicken, of course, first place in the backyard brawl, he's just looking to get more reps and try to warm up even more going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. If you said already that he won the first play in backyard brawl, so he could use the strategy that he used back then here, because I mean, both of those melees have the same, almost got the same stats. So he's going to use. So he's going to use the strategy that he used before in this match.
It's a lot more fast paced in the backyard brawl, of course, but he can use that same strategy as he's going into the Clash, especially because of it being just shorter rounds than with the cage. Of course, Raz Dazzler, he's made a huge stir at Fight Night, so much that he got banned from Fight Nights because of how good he was. And now he's making his first appearance in the majors and looking to qualify for the playoffs way sooner than later, and looking to get that playoff spot sooner than the defending Sasha Heavyweight Champion Ice. But Ice will likely make his debut at the Boxing Day Classic. Chicken and Raz always have a flair for the dramatic, especially before a major event. Even punches, bro. 3, 4, 5. Chicken, with one punch to give, takes that first round victory.
That was actually one of those strategies, that baiting into the middle and then fully go aggressive. But in Chicken's way, he actually did someone good with that thing.
1-0 lead for Chicken right now over Raz Dazzler. Raz going in with the aggression, trying to get some more punches in, and he ties it up 1-1. One of the quicker rounds you see, and Raz had 2 punches to.
Wow, I mean, he is now trying to copy the same strategy as Chicken used, going to the middle and then go full aggressive. That's actually interesting to see this fight, if both of them are going to mirror their strategies.
Tied up 1-1 already. It's been a beauty of a match thus far. First punch by Chicken, dealing it back, and Raz can't get back. Chicken goes on to.
Now he somehow switched strategies. I mean, now he went more to the corner and then somehow baiting and then go straight aggressive. But congratulations, Chicken. You won the first match, and I'm really excited to see you in the next one.
Set for the second half of the round of 16, starting off with Big Boy Lethal and Koopa King 64. As their warm-up rounds progress, of course, Big Boy Lethal was originally dropped out of the Clash due to conflicting schedules, but then last second he decided to participate in the Clash, and better chance for him to finally win a tournament. He was second place in the backyard brawl, losing to Chicken. 74% hit registration on him, and it was a 6-3 loss in that final of the backyard brawl. So for Big Boy, He's looking for a chance to get the W, and he might very well face off against Chicken in the final because of them being on both sides of the bracket. But it's going to be really interesting for Big Boy Lethal to see how he goes in the clash.
It's interesting to see them how they fight in the warm-up rounds. In the first one, Koopa King won because they were crouching and then fighting each other. It was more or less like a friendly poking each other. And now they went completely serious. I mean, they are going again the same strategy as baiting into the corner and then go full aggressive. I mean, I think that that Big Boy Lethal is going to get that.
Yeah, their aggression, this is a match of accuracy as well, because Big Boy Lethal with a 74% hit accuracy, 73% to Koopa King. Although Big Boy has had more matches, he's 12 to 10 from back here, but Koopa King 3 to 4. They're both very accurate in their punches, and they try not to give off that many whiffs in the air, not that many whiffed punches. It's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. Round 1 between Big Boy Lethal and Koopa King 64. And an even punch by both around the boxing logo of the league. And punches they're even at the final. And Big Boy Lethal takes the aggression, gets that final punch, and he's up 2-1.
Somehow Koopa King tried to bait him onto the corner of the arena, but somehow Big Boy Lethal predicted that he is going to become a bait, so that he is baiting him. So he chose another strategy and somehow encircled him and then got his shot.
So 1-0 advantage for Big Boy Lethal. Could Koopa King make a comeback? Even punch by both. Big Boy Lethal gets the second and third punch in. Koopa King gets another one and ties it up 1-1.
Now, now for the other thing. Now now Big Boy Lethal is now going for the baiting strategy, and then wow, I mean this is a complete mirroring. It's like the tables have turned multiple times.
And final round for this round of 16 match. Punch in even. Big Boy lead. It's a 2-1 punch lead. Koopa King trying to go in for the aggression, and it costs him. He's got a huge hill to climb here. Circling around the red corner, just trying to stare down his opponent. And Big Boy Lethal is moving on to face off against SpaceVegemite.
They had that they first went on each other completely aggressive, first going in encirclement tactics, then going into the baiting tactics, then going to the full aggression tactics, and then they suddenly go, both of them go back to their opposite corners and then try to process what is the other one is going to do. They are trying to process what is going on and how to react and respond. So, and I mean, and it all turned out to Big Boy Lethal's favor, I guess.
Chicken awaits the opponent of this. His opponent to be victorious from this match between Stanvich and Back. Of course, Stanvich. This is his first appearance of the Season 9 majors, looking to make a name for himself, and the King himself, former NHBL staff member, looking to make his name officially. And as the warm-up rounds begin, of course, Baxter, he's a dead even 3-3. Lost in the second round to Big Boy Lethal 3-1, but he's really accurate in his punches too. He's at a 74% landed hits, and that's part of the reason, as you're seeing here in the warm-up rounds, that Baxter likes to be more conservative with his punches.
Well, that was an interesting one. As you might have noticed, that Baxter is always going for the left hand. I don't know why he's always clicking the left hand, and he also tries to go with the encirclement tactics, I guess, from what I have seen. But at the end, Stanwich got the other hit.
And it's interesting because, you mentioned earlier that experience can sometimes have some plays into it, but as you're seeing in the warm-up rounds, Stanvich almost looks like a good, long tenured. He's looking like he's got some decent punches going and has a good strategy.
Of course, he has a good strategy. I've seen this as well, and in my opinion, I don't know, but it seems like that he has trained multiple community servers and goes yeah, I have trained with many people. You can do anything against me. I know what you're going to do.
That's a that is a big portion of trying to get into the mind of your opponent, heavy boxer. Round one between Stanvich and Baxter. Both of them circling around, but Stanvich takes the aggression inside the blue corner. Stanvich trying to get it in, and Baxter just lets him come in and telling you, come on inside the door, and then punches him aggressively to get the first round.
That is another excellent this is another excellent illustration about the encirclement tactics and then baiting.
1-0 advantage for Baxter. Can Stanvich make a name for himself here? Trying to extend it, gets another punch in, and Stanvich ties it 1-1. What quick aggression from Stanvich to tie it.
Well, he started with the baiting, and then he successfully went to the aggression technique. It was completely amazing how he goes from like a quick blitzkrieg. It was amazing, in my opinion.
Tied even. Winner goes on to face off against Shikken in the second round. Stanvich gets the first punch, and Baxter trying to deal it back, and Stanvich is moving on to the next round.
Wow, I mean, now he's going from the aggression tactics going to the encirclement tactics. And you can see the harmony between the tactics. And it was absolutely glorious how Stanwich is... If you said that Stanwich is first time in the National Heavy Boxing League, he is actually standing for the first time here. But he actually did well. It's amazing.
We've got Mr. Mega Glovisky against Metro. And this matchup, very interesting to look at because Mega Glovisky, he lost to Koopa King 2-1 in the first round, so he didn't move past. But the really interesting stat, he's 100% on his hit registration. He has not missed a single punch that he has thrown. So Mega Cham is very determined to make sure that all of his punches land, even if it may be costly to him down the line. He is a very accurate, a perfectly accurate heavy boxer.
Facts aside, let's see the warm-up rounds. I'm really curious what kind of tactics are they trying to go. And it seems like... one of them is a AFK. Maybe toilet break.
Well, Mega Cham, I think he was typing in chat a little bit. I think they're ready to go with their warm-up rounds. Either that or Mega Cham is just standing still to intimidate his opponent. So he's active, but it's just a matter to see what Metro will do. And of course, you know, Metro, it's his first appearance in the Season 9 Majors, but he's been around since essentially almost Season 1. He's been around since Season 2. So it's obviously between both of those between the long experienced veteran and Mega Glovisky, who's only been in one Season 9 tournament. It's going to be really interesting to see how this goes down.
Well, from the warm-up rounds that we have just witnessed, we can say that Metro is going for an aggressive style of boxing, while Mr. Mega Cham is going for a more like a passive way. He is not even trying to. He like baits the enemy to him, right? He is not. Oh no. Well, that was unfortunate. I thought he was going for a baiting tactic. Now he's going for...
I think he swapped it up on you because of your commentary. He probably swapped it up just a little bit.
Yes.
But of course, the warm-up round's now over. Per Spogo, he wasn't aware the warm-ups were going on, but we'll have to see how it goes. So now Mega Cham and Metro in match 7 of 8 in the round of 16. We head down to Mr. Spogo, the French Canadian.
Wait, it was only 2 warm-ups. One last, real fast. It was only 2 warm-ups.
I sit corrected here. One more warm-up to happen between the heavy boxers. Just counted them wrong, so waiting on this one warm-up there. Metro confused. Mega Cham.
I am confused.
Go ahead, gentlemen. One warm-up round. As
The audience is confused a little bit.
I'm sure they are. I wouldn't blame them. It's 3, best 2 out of 3, punches even, down to 3, make that 4 punches in Metro. Just a quick round, fast, but Metro managed to get the final.
Metro just delivered these punches like, wow, like completely rapid. Every single punch just landed on that model pretty deep. I mean, come on, those were accurate punches in my opinion.
So 1-0 advantage for Metro. Can he move on to face JoJo or Mega Champ? Force another one. Metro sweeps 2-0 and is moving.
Encirclement tactic, though, it is always, I mean, during this entire match, I have seen many tactics, from aggression to encirclement tactics to completely baiting. Now Metro is going for another encirclement, but combined with like baiting tactics.
The final match of the round of 16, one that I think a lot of people are looking forward to. A fluffy teddy bear and a fluffy teddy bear, you know the story. He lost to Ice in the Final Four of the playoffs last year. Of course, Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's looking to make a name for himself. He's put all of that in the past. He's ready to give it his all here in the Clash. And between him and the Dirt, they combined both of them. They didn't appear in the Backyard Brawl, so they're making their debut in the Season 9 Majors. So it's going to be a great matchup to see between the two, especially with the history Fluffy Teddy Bear has to offer.
It's going to be interesting. From the fact that you already told me, I'm looking forward that they are going to show some pretty good tactics and movements, I guess.
Of course, the Dirt needs to go to blue, and Fluffy Teddy Bear needs to go to both of them having their teams wrong. So the Dirt on the correct team, but just in the wrong side of the. It happens. That kind of stuff happens a little bit, but at least Fluffy Teddy Bear got a big earner. He found a big earner apparently. So he's good for him in that. As we head into the official warm-up round. So now Fluffy Teddy Bear, the history that he has to offer, of course, with becoming a star in essentially the Battle Royale last year, and then making that amazing run in the playoffs. Fortunately, just losing to the now 2-time defending Sash heavyweight champion Ice. Nothing to be ashamed of, and he's just building off of that going into this tournament.
Stacking punches on the second half of his match, on the first round, on the second half of the round, he started to stack punches, and I guess on the one spot he's always aiming for the heavy's right arm. I don't know if this somehow manages to get a crit or a model, I don't know.
It's really interesting to see how this is going to go down. Fluffy Teddy Bear gets second warm-up round victory. And, of course, there's not much to be known about the Dirt because he hasn't had any appearances in previous seasons and such, but it's just one of those situations where looking for a chance to make a name of himself here in the Clash and try to do something, especially since he's against the Fluffy Teddy Bear, who's a well-reputed contender. Both of them have a heart on their unusual effect. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes down.
There's now a competition which unusuals is the most prettiest, and the Fluffy Teddy Bear has the most prettiest unusuals here.
And as the bell rings, we start off the first round between Fluffy Teddy Bear. First punch by Fluffy. The Dirt deals it back, but he's down 2 punches trying to get something going, and Fluffy Teddy Bear takes round 1.
Oh, that was a completely new tactic, and that wasn't even baiting nor even encircling. From what I have seen, he's trying to get close to him and then go completely backwards, forward, backwards, and then within managing to lay those hits.
1-0 advantage for Fluffy Teddy. The Dirt trying to get something in on Fluffy and at least force it to a third round. Love to see the real-time stats. Fluffy goes with the aggression. Both punches even in. The Dirt gets the second round victory.
Now he got that revenge from the from the warm-up rounds, and now he got from the first round. He basically is going for the revenge, and from what we can see, he actually is good in it. He won the second round.
Who will move on to collide with Spottin, and who will try to qualify for the playoffs another day? Fluffy Teddy Bear gets the first punch in. The Dirt being very conservative here. Fluffy as well. And first punch in by the Dirt trying to deal it in. And Fluffy Teddy Bear with only one punch to give is moving on.
The Dirt was trying to go backwards, go to the most of the corner to get the most far from Fluffy Teddy Bear, just to analyze what he is going to do, where to move. But then he went after. Then you could see that he went full aggressive on. The Dirt went completely aggressive, and somehow loses his concentration. And Fluffy Teddy Bear completely outsmarted him by encircling him, and then completely filleting those punches on him.
We've concluded the round of 16. Now into the quarterfinals. Warm-ups for Big Boy Lethal and SpaceVegemite about to go. And, of course, we already mentioned going into the tournament for Big Boy Lethal. Of course, second place in the Backyard Brawl. They had a decent first-round win, 2-1 against Koopa King 64. And as the warm-ups go down, it's a tough matchup, especially against Koopa King 64 in that first round, because a lot of people are glossing over that Koopa is a fantastic heavy boxer in the fight night scene. He just hasn't had the chance to get over that hump in the major circuits, but he did really well in the Backyard Brawl. So we'll have to see how it goes. But Big Boy Lethal very much earning his spot in the quarterfinals, Radovan.
Well, now we are watching Big Boy Lethal versus Veggie. It's going to be interesting. This is the quarterfinals, of course, so things can get a little bit tricky because, at the end, everything can go, whether it can go good or bad. It's random. You can't really somehow manage to control what you're going to do. Maybe you can, but I forgot what I wanted to say.
Both of these heavy boxers are plus lefting. We've seen that kind of memes before, but that's only at a Spottin level. But we'll have to see how Big Boy Lethal uses that to his advantage going into now he found it out, figured out the plus left thing. But of course, SpaceVegemite, 2-1 was the round victory against Axeman 13 in the first round, and SpaceVegemite in his first appearance in the majors managed to upset Axeman, who went on and lost to Spottin in the second round. So SpaceVegemite also earning a slot here as they both meme with plus left. It's good, or excuse me, plus right. It's going to be interesting to see how SpaceVegemite, if he moves on to the super semis.
This is, I don't know what to say now. Kind of just enjoying the view. Now it's getting serious.
Now both of them actually realize that they need to... and he just upgraded his fist to notably. So congrats to Vegemite. Warm-up round getting an upgrade on his strange fist. Start of the quarterfinal round for the Clash is in between Big Boy Lethal and SpaceVegemite. Vegemite gets the first punch in. Big Boy deals evenly back. Even punch for both. Vegemite down by 2 punches. Even in. Vegemite trying to go with the aggression. It may cost him. It's down to 1 punch. Big Boy Lethal on 2 punches tries to get it in. Even in. Big Boy Lethal takes the first round.
Big Boy Lethal, man. In the first half, of the match, he went on kind of an aggressive / encircling tactics. Now he's going forwards and backwards, running up and down, trying to process what is his opponent going to do, and he is really trying it.
It's now a 1-0 advantage for Big Boy Lethal. He's trying to stay around his corner, but gets the first punch in. SpaceVegemite with a swing and a miss. Vegemite just staying conservative. Big Boy trying to deal in another swing and a miss in the air for Vegemite, but he does get a first punch in there on Lethal as he's down 2 punches. Big Boy Lethal gets another one. He's got 2 more to give. Vegemite swing and a miss again, and 3 swings and misses results in Big Boy being on match point now, 2-0.
Oh, that was actually a different one than from the first round. I mean, now Vegemite just got pretty passive. I mean, trying to somehow survive and manage to go back and forth, trying to walk around, dodging the punches, but at the end just failed his own strategy, I guess. Because I have seen that he's trying to get a strategy, but it seemed like he didn't.
Vegemite has a tough hill to climb, but it's a 2-0 advantage for Big Boy at the Big Boy Lethal. Tries to deal the punch in. It's first punch by Vegemite. As Big Boy calls for Medic, make that 3 punches already. Trying to deal him back. It's now about dead even. Vegemite gets it in and forces it to round 4.
Ooh, Big Boy Lethal was trying to get a baiting tactic, but eventually failed. That's bad for him, but I mean, he was trying. He was trying to bait him in the corner and so, but then at least Vegemite just got his revenge, and he might just got somehow managed to get on a 3-2.
It's now 2-1. Still match point for Big Boy. Vegemite is trying to get another punch in, and several whiffs in the air. Vegemite, both of them just whiffing in the air right now. First punch in by Big Boy Lethal, and Vegemite trying to get something going here. It's tough. Even punch now. Big Boy has some damage on him, but Vegemite's down by 1. Vegemite deals it back and evens it up. Even punch for both. Vegemite forces it to round 5.
Oh, this is actually what I just predicted. Oh, this is actually what I predicted. That Vegemite is going for the victory. He isn't going to lose today, for sure. I mean, none of those competitors are about to lose today, but Vegemite is going for the victory. He is going for it, and I really hope that he's going to achieve what he came here for, and it is to achieve and become the winner of the NHBL Clash Day.
Here we are. Final round. A slot in the super semis is up for grabs. Even punch for both. Big Boy Lethal tries to deal it back in. Punches in. SpaceVegemite trying to get it. And SpaceVegemite is moving on.
Wow. As I said, he is not going to lose today. He is not. He is going for the victory. And I really hope that he is going to he's going to achieve what he has come here for. He just gave that one key, and what he going to say that, oh, I gave you that one key, and then I going to then I get well with the belt and then win the whole tournament. And he is going for it. His tactics are now getting better. For some reason, he is like changing the tactics.
SpaceVegemite is well poised to potentially qualify for the playoffs, but that depends on the result of the next match we have for you tonight between Chicken and Stun. Going to be very special between these two. If Chicken wins, then everyone who gets to the Final Four in this tournament qualifies for the playoffs. But if Stanovic wins, then whoever gets to the Final Four, they're all playing for the right to be in the NHBL Finals. It's going to be very interesting, but of course, not really on their mind right now. But Chicken just trying to win another tournament, and Stanovic just trying to get to the Final Four and get a victory. But of course, for the rest of the people who are wanting to get to the Final Four, they are huge fans of Chicken right now. Here come the warm-up rounds. And again, Chicken, he won the backyard brawl, 89% hit percentage coming into tonight's contest. And it's going to be a very special matchup, of course, because if Chicken advances, he could potentially face off again against Spaten in a rematch. I believe he faced off against him in the super semis of the backyard brawl. If not, Spaten was on the other side of the bracket and made it to the Final Four, but lost to Big Boy Lethal in super semis. But of course, with the super semis of this tournament, they're later tomorrow. But for Chicken, he won the backyard brawl. It's absolutely incredible.
I think that Stanovic is going to say a JoJo reference. He's going to use a stand in the middle of the fight.
Stanovic has been standing tall very much throughout this tournament thus far, and he's only doing that, of course, 2-1, and he's got a tough opponent in Chicken. But for Stanvich, to get that 2-1 victory against Baxter and making in his first appearance in the majors to go to the quarterfinals, nothing to be ashamed of for sure.
I mean, after the match, I'm going to ask him, like, Stanvich, or he can ask me through the chat. Stanvich, did you train on community servers or at least on any boxing servers? Tell me.
He might answer you after this warm-up round. You don't want to shake his focus up too much, but who knows? He could have trained. He could have trained in community servers, or he could have trained in NHBL fight nights, because those are both great outlets for training. And Stanvich gets, I believe, swept 3-0 in the warm-up rounds. Hopefully not reflective of what we're going to see. Start of the quarterfinal between Chicken and Stanvich. Chicken gets the first punch in from the distance. Stanvich deals it back evenly. Stanvich trying to get another punch in, and he takes the first round victory. Incredible.
Wow, I mean, this is I think it is his tactic. Like, in the warm-up round, he completely pretends to be weak. He is not even bothering to, like, completely hit any punch, or at least any accurate punches at his opponent. He is going, and then he went completely serious on a completely serious match.
It's a 1-0 advantage for Stanvich already, as Chicken gets the first punch in again. We've seen that happen before. Stanvich trying to deal it in, gets a punch in, but Chicken, with only one punch to give, ties it up.
Oh, now I think that Stanvich just I told him that, I got it already in the bag. There's no way that I can lose now. And then the truth is the right truth. I mean, now he is kind of over-exaggerated himself.
And here we go, round 3. It's essentially best 2 out of 3 at this point. First punch by Chicken. Stanvich trying to get him in again, and Chicken takes round.
Now, this is an interesting tactic. Now he went fully aggressive on Stanvich, and yes, I'm going to say it loud. Sorry, Stanvich, but you don't have to be that. He's just showing his arrogance right now. I don't want to be mean or something, but he's now showing his arrogance that he has already got everything in the bag.
For those who can't see, Chicken said, I have a bag in the text chat. 2-1 advantage for Chicken. Stanvich trying to get the victory here, and Chicken keeps it even. Stanvich gets another punch in, and it's tied 2-2. Already in the second quarterfinal, both matches have gone to the fifth.
These quarterfinals are going to be intense. Now Stanvich wants to prove us that he is indeed going to win. That he really wants that victory. Isn't that right, Stanvich? Yeah, of course he's going to accept with me also.
Final round of the quarterfinal. Will Chicken qualify anybody else? Will Stanvich move on? Trying to get the punches in, and Stanvich pulls the up.
Okay, I got one question. Are you really going for that victory? And if it's so, then I really hope that you're going to win. That you're going to win.
I'm going for gold. I'm going for gold, sir. Whew. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. I've been participating in the fight nights. It's my time to shine.
Metro and JoJo getting on with their warm-up rounds. And again, Metro coming into today his first appearance in Season 9 for the NHBL, and with JoJo, of course, he took a 2-0 loss in the first round of the Backyard Brawl against Spot. But, of course, he lands half of his hits, and it's very interesting as they like to meme in the beginning rounds and such. But from what we've seen already, Metro got a 2-0 sweep against Mr. Glovisky. JoJo barely inched out from setup lit, had to go on a 2-0 run. But from what we've seen from the quarterfinals thus far, wonder if this one goes to the 5th round.
My man JoJo, why didn't you use that stand? Why didn't you use that one? It is a perfect meme round right now. We have JoJo versus Dio. Come on.
Just remember, dank memes will always exist, especially in the NH. As we go to the final warm-up round in just a little bit. We'll see how it's about to go down as Mr. Dio, or Metro as his actual boxer name is, stands tall. It's the winner of this match goes against SpaceVegemite. And again, it's even more interesting. These boxers are more motivated than ever to move on to the more motivated than ever to move on to the super semis because that gives him a chance to qualify for the playoffs early on. So looking forward to it for sure.
Ooh, those were. I don't know if Jojo wanted to show any. I don't know if he just stood there or something, but he barely did anything, and Metro just load those punch into his body. I don't know, but maybe Jojo is up to something.
And looks like both of them called ready. Bells rung, and we are underway in this quarterfinal between Metro and Jojo. As Jojo is staying more conservative to his corner and just trying to stare down his opponent. We've seen intimidation factors like this on the attempt, and most of the time it ends up not having any advantage to the heavy boxer that tries it. But Jojo, extra twitchy than usual, looks more like a scout than he does a heavy boxer. But Metro just staying on his side. I don't even think he's crossed over to the red side of the ring. As Jojo gets the aggression on the first punch, but Dio deals it even back. Excuse me, Metro trying to get another punch going. He's only got 2 left to give. Jojo, even punch for both. Who's going to get it? It's Metro! Takes a 1-0 lead.
Oh, that. I mean, of course that Jojo wants to still just conservative, stare down his opponent, trying to analyze where he is going to do, where to hit when he is the most vulnerable. He just waited for it, but it didn't really work out for him.
Bell goes off, 1-0 advantage for Metro. Jojo staying in his corner of the ring. Metro staying on blue. Tapped a little bit over to the red side, but Metro enjoying his home side advantage, as we've seen through the first round, and looks like it's carrying over to the second. Jojo tries to go for the aggression, several swings and misses in the air. Jojo and Metro, again, swings and misses. First punch dealt by Jojo, finally. Both of them go to the center of the ring, get their punches in more. Jojo trying to get the advantage. Metro almost got it there, let him down to 1 punch, but now Jojo ties it up 1 even.
They stayed in their corners, trying to staying conservative and then going staying conservative, trying to speculate, analyze what is their opponent going to do, and yet Jojo just proved us that this kind of tactic is always functional.
It's now tied even at 1. It's a 2 out of 3 quarterfinal as Metro goes over to the red side, gets the aggression in, trying to keep his punches going. Metro ties it even, and Jojo takes this 3rd round. Metro had the advantage.
It is actually going to happen. Wait, who did win last round? Sandwich?
It's now 2-1. 2-1 for Jojo.
Yeah, but the last round. Chicken versus Sandwich. Who won? Sandwich, I guess.
Yeah, last match you're talking about, it was Stanvich who won that 3.
Yes, and now it's going to happen. Oh God, I predicted it. Jojo versus Sandwich. Somehow I predicted it. You can't tell me that. And also about.
Alright, so this is possibly the final match. Unless Dio can make a comeback. I want you two to have a good, clean, fair match. Are you both ready? Alright, you know the drill. When the bell sounds, you may begin.
And now it's a 2-1 advantage for Jojo. Metro trying to force it to the 5th round. Both of them just staring down. We've seen this happen a few times before in the backyard brawl. Just the stare downs are a huge intimidation factor as they both stay on their sides of the ring. Metro getting a little bit more aggressive with it. Jojo and Metro gets the first punch very close there on the hit rack. As Metro gets another punch in, is he going to force it to the final round? Yes! Tied at 2.
That was amazing. I mean, of course, they were trying to practice that encirclement tactics and all, and they were really trying to proceed with those tactics. Also, Jojo trying to stay completely conservative, staying on his side, and actually then failed his own tactic.
All 3 out of 4 quarterfinals thus far have gone to the final round. And what's set to be here? Who's going against SpaceVegemite? Even punch for both. Metro deals it back in. Jojo trying to get the punches in. Who's it going to be? Tied at the even punch, and Jojo is moving on.
Ooh, that was actually epic. I don't know. I always, when I watch NHBL, the live streams, I always watch how those boxers are. It's always crucial when you land the first hit that you have a massive advancement. But in this case, Metro was mostly going for the first hit, but actually then got finished.
And the final matchup of the quarterfinals between a fluffy teddy bear and again, Stanvich, Jojo, and of course Stanvich and SpaceVegemite, both of them making their first appearance in the majors. But of course, Jojo, after his loss 2-0 to Spaten in the first round of the Backyard Brawl, he's now found himself in the final 4 of the Clash. Here's Spaten and a fluffy teddy bear taking their warm-up round. Of course, this is Fluffy Teddy Bear's first appearance in the majors for Season 9. Everyone knows the previous story with Fluffy Teddy Bear looking to qualify sooner than later for the playoffs. As you also look at Spaten, who missed the playoff qualification in the Backyard Brawl by falling to 4th place, is looking to get it going here.
That one was also another corner tactic, trying to baiting into the corner and then finishing them off. But I actually haven't seen that one. I haven't seen actually one tactic in this whole match. I haven't seen one tactic like pushing the opponent into the corner and then proceeding him to load the punch into him.
It's a very interesting take to go with indeed, and I mean for Fluffy Teddy Bear in his first season 9 appearance thus far to get that victory 2-1 against the Dirt and going against Spaten, who had a sweep in the first round. You wonder if that extra round gives Fluffy Teddy Bear a little bit of an advantage, or if it detriments him in terms of fatigue.
Well, during that warm-up round, we could have witnessed how Fluffy Teddy Bear was trying to take that encirclement tactics and trying to completely annihilate him from the back, and then yet again he completely obliterated Spot on the spot.
And here we go, the first round for the final quarterfinal. And Spaten just staying in his corner, not even Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to get something aggressive going. First punch dealt in evenly by both towards the middle. Could Spaten get it through? And Fluffy Teddy Bear takes round 1.
There is one thing that Spot did wrong, and I don't want to say anything, but I have no experience whatsoever with heavy boxing. But what he did wrong was when he turned, basically. He turned, and Fluffy Teddy Bear could take it to his advantage and then score.
And 1-0 advantage for Fluffy Teddy Bear, just trying to get his first punch in. Spaten circling around, even punch by both. And second punch, Fluffy Teddy Bear trying to lick him in, and Fluffy Teddy Bear takes a 2-0 advantage.
That was actually one of those that Spot did again. He turned around, and then Fluffy Teddy Bear took it to his advantage and then hit him multiple times in the back. I mean, it is also an encirclement. He used that encirclement tactics, and it actually worked well for him.
Will Spaten force it to round 4 as Fluffy Teddy Bear is set for a date with Stanvich tomorrow. Swing and a miss by Spaten. Fluffy Teddy Bear gets his punches back in. Spaten can't get it in. It's a 3-0 sweep. Fluffy Teddy Bear is moving on.
Oh, that was actually beautiful. That flawless victory, without any losses and all.
It's going to be Stanvich against Fluffy Teddy Bear. This should be a good one here tonight to start off things here with day 2 of the Clash. And like we said before, Fluffy Teddy Bear, he's a champion. He's a Fight Night champion on our weekly tournaments every Friday night after boast. But you know, he's a champion. Whether or not you want to say, well, he's a Fight Night champion, he's still a champion, and he's going up against Stanwich. And really, I mean, it's quite remarkable to see someone like Stanwich go up against challengers that he's faced before, like Chicken and Baxter. But now he's going against Fluffy Teddy Bear. Fluffy Teddy Bear being pretty aggressive. How do you think, Passy, how do you think Stanwich should maybe combat his aggressiveness in this match?
It can trick him. It can make him go somewhere Fluffy don't want to go, and then hit him with his fist. And then take the advantage and win the round.
Yeah, and as you see, they're actually both pretty aggressive on
Yeah.
that one. And usual tournaments, we have Killing Gloves of Boxing, but in this tournament we have Stock Fists. Most of these most of these boxers are used to using KGBs, but you know, with Stock Fists you have a little bit more faster fire rate. Do you think that plays at all in the favors of the new guys, since they don't really are used to the regular style of KGBs? Do you think that kind of goes in favor of, say, Stanwich tonight?
Probably. Every little change can do really much in a fight. You see, using the KGB, slower your HP, hold on, your attack speed by 20%. But every little changes, can do a giant difference in a fight.
That's the good guy. All right, now the bell rings. We forgot about the bell, the most important part to start a match. But they're going to get going here, and they're both pretty evenly punches there. And as soon as I say evenly punches, Fluffy Taylor was able to get that last hit opacity. There was pretty even affair there, both pretty aggressive. But how do you think Fluffy Taylor got in that one to kind of get onto a win on that one?
Yeah, they went pretty aggressive directly, instantly. We can see that Fluffy tried to avoid some hits by going backward, instead which standing still. I'm pretty sure being that aggressive can make Stanwich one. You need to go for more forward.
Yeah, Stanwich is doing pretty well with calming his nerves, it looks like. They both trade punches pretty evenly there, but Stanwich misses 2 punches in a row. And Fluffy Tabor, he's going to note that one. Says thanks in game chat there. He's going to note that one. And Fluffy Tabor is just going to go clean up the mess that he made in the middle of the ring there. And so Fluffy Tabor is up 2-0 in this one. And yeah, those 2 punches that Stanwich missed there was very unfortunate to the outcome of that match. What do you think of Passy?
Those 2 misses were very unlucky for Stanwich. It really signs, I'm pretty sure about this, it pretty signs the end of the round. Those 2 misses, yeah.
And the bell is rung. All right, so they're both going to compete there. And Stanwich going right out of the corner there. He's going to meet Fluffy Teddy Bear. Who's going to get the last punch? And Stanwich gives him a knuckle sandwich for that one. What a good comeback that Stanwich did. Very aggressive. He had to be aggressive. Had to be on Fluffy Teddy Bear the entire time. And he is only 1 down to tie it up. What do you think about that one, Opacity?
Yeah, Stanwich did a good job. He watched for every week time of Fluffy Teddy Bear. He really did a good job. Aggressive, but not too much, with a little tactics inside the back of his mind.
All right, so maybe some momentum for Stanwich here in this one, but he's again same strategy. It works again. It works again. It's now tied 2-2. Stanwich is I think he's starting to learn about Fluffy's tactics there, and he was able to get that tiebreaker, or that tie, I guess. Looking for a tie.
Yeah, he was able to read his movement. He knows Fluffy minds now, and he take back confident with his last win. So yeah, he did a really good job right there.
All right. So Stanwich again being so aggressive there, but I think Fluffy Teddy Bear is kind of matching him now. It's last punch! Oh my goodness! Stanwich there was able to come back. It looked like Fluffy Teddy Bear had that victory set in, but Sandwich able to come back. It's a 3-2 match point.
Yeah, that's a big comeback of Standish. We didn't saw this coming. We also thought Teddy Bear was going to win, but no, he came back with his reads, as we can see.
All right, Fluffy Tabor's got to get a tie here. And Sandwich go really up against Fluffy Tabor, up against the ropes. The Fluffy Tabor was able. I don't know if those wings on the back made him, it was able to speed him around Sandwich there, but it looked like he got around him pretty fast. And ladies and gentlemen, I do believe we're going into the 7th round, which means a tiebreaker. Opacity. Whew, what a match we're seeing here tonight.
Yeah, well, we see the whole power of cosmetics in here. Thief Sandwich even changed his hat. We can see the confidence of the player. Yeah, the two of them are coming back in the game. And it's so close right there.
All right, someone's going to walk out of this ring and is going into the finals of the Clash. And it is so even, dead even. Fluffy misses, and Fluffy was able to get him back that win, and he moves on to the finals of the Clash 4-3. What a match we just saw. Sandwich put a hell of a clink this entire tournament, and in this match, it was no different. Opacity. How close? That was a close match. How close was it? It was just,
It was very close. Fluffy was able to dominate the whole early of the match. And Sandwich came back. We all thought Sandwich was going to win this one. And then cosmetic change. Mind changes too. And he managed to win the last fights and win all the last rounds.
all right, Fluffy. Congratulations tonight. The Fight Night World Champion. Oh, so proud of you. But ball bias aside, though, you did a very good job tonight going up against Sandwich. Sandwich, he's I don't like when people use the word nobody. No one's a nobody here in NHBL. You're here for a reason. But being Sandwich, he's not a name that everyone knew coming in, but he was able to defeat a lot of great opponents last night. Words are hard for me for some reason, including Chicken. He goes up against you. It is tiebreaker. It goes up to the 7th round. I mean, give me your thoughts, Fluffy. You must be exhausted after that match. And I believe Fluffy will be typing in chat, so I will. All right. Well, that shows you how exhausted he is. I had a couple of, I kind of had a couple extra questions, but oh no, Deku's getting bullied by Heavy. I'm just kidding. Welcome back to NHBL Clash Day number 2. We just saw a very thrilling match. Fluffy Tabor is going to the Clash Finals, but who's his opponent? Well, we're going to find out here. It is JoJo in the red, SpaceVegemite in the blue. They're going to get started with their warm-up. Listen, the last match, I was so pumped the entire match. This match might be a lot of the same. JoJo, SpaceVegemite, 2 new boxes here this season. Opacity, we talked about it in the intro. And we talked about how these guys are newer boxers. SpaceVegemite has been fighting in the NHBL Fight Night scene for a little while now. So he is experienced with boxing. JoJo, he is a competitive heavy not boxer, but a competitive heavy player. That's a lot of words to get out, and I'm sorry that I stumbled. But these two, they're pretty skilled at what they're doing. So I guess Opacity. With JoJo being a competitive heavy in TF2, being a boxer now, is there a lot of strategies that you have to change? Is there like something that he has to do something different being that it's boxing?
Well, SpaceVegemite, no heavy boxing. JoJo, no heavy competitive. The two of them knows heavy on their lands. JoJo knows every specification of the heavy. I'm saying Vegemite too, but JoJo knows it from a different way. He has different ways to know how to beat Vegemite.
Yeah, and I think that plays a lot what you said, Opacity. It's a very good point. JoJo, when we beat him being competitive heavy, he knows a little bit more ins and out of a heavy in general. So someone who does that maybe a little bit more skillful in terms of tactics, maybe. But when it comes to SpaceVegemite, though, Opacity, what's his strategy going to be in this one? Do you think?
I think he is going to go straight forward. Or is gonna try to learn his opponent. I can't see any other tactics from now, because knowing a competitive heavy who who's I don't know, in the competitive in the big scene of heavy boxing will be kind of hard.
All right, and the bell sounds. First matchup of the semifinals in SpaceVegemite. We see a lot. We saw a little bit of this yesterday. SpaceVegemite is staring down his opponent. They're both staring down. They're gonna fight. We saw this yesterday. SpaceVegemite does this. He even did this on the European Fight Night scene sometimes. He likes to play mind games with his opponents. Oh, and JoJo was able to get a quick punch there. I don't think Vegemite expected that. And they're going to trade punches there. And it looks like this is JoJo's win to lose. Oh my goodness! SpaceVegemite was able to dodge a punch by just going around him. That's marks of Spartan's Gator Roll, it looks like, that he made famous. Good. Opacity, what did you see in that one? That was a very good strategy by SpaceVegemite.
What a twist! I didn't expect it to go that way. We saw that Vegemite try to wait to see what Jojo's gonna do, and just the punch miss that Jojo did, it really signed the end of the round.
All right, sound of the bell. Oh wait, no wait. Get me out of here.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad that first half is like mind games, so I have a moment to get out of the way of the mind bullets.
So, okay, so both boxers are staring down each other, but we are going to confirm that Deku against Ropes 2, Electric Boogaloo is going to be happening at this year's NHBL Finals. Just kidding. So both boxers are going to be staring down, and JoJo get another unexpected punch that worked for him last time, but now I think he missed a punch there, and SpaceVegemite misses, but SpaceVegemite was able to come back there. He was so fortunate. He had two hits on him remaining, and for him missing that one was very vital. And it worked out for him. Patsy, what'd you thought of that one?
Well, that was a nice reading mindset right there. As we grew to see, they spent a lot of time just walking, staring at each other. They didn't try to do anything until Jojo put his first fist on Vegemite, and then boom, it just goes on. Full aggressive plays, and Vegemite won.
All right, so it's 2-0 SpaceVegemite. Just got to make a comeback. It's not impossible. Stanbridge almost did it last match, and SpaceVegemite. Now that was a little bit more of an even slugfest. Not a lot of dodging there, but SpaceVegemite just might be able to get a 4-0 victory over JoJo if he wins the next one. Oh, Passy, this is do or die for JoJo. What does JoJo got to do to rebound in this?
Well, I think JoJo on this round didn't expect Vegemite to go forward to the fight. I think he thought that they were going to read again each other, but no. I think JoJo can still come back if he lets all of his fist right on Vegemite.
All right, so SpaceVegemite might close this out pretty early. Going up against JoJo, and we'll see what happens. SpaceVegemite, he tries to go aggressive there. JoJo always with that quick hit at the beginning. Now they both miss. JoJo misses on that one. And now JoJo misses again. And SpaceVegemite is going to clean it up. And it is 4-0 victory for SpaceVegemite. And that is unfortunate, as it looks like JoJo had that in, but just missed or hit reg. There's no dispute or anything. But hey, SpaceVegemite, he won. That's what all it means. As JoJo says, GG. So yes, SpaceVegemite was able to win that one. Opacity, what do you think of that match?
Well, every match, the two first match had the same pattern. They read each other, they face each other, and start to fight. Jojo, at every match, did land a quick little punch, but didn't have the chance to use the advantage of that punch. And then, I don't know, every time he misses, I don't know how, he misses one punch, and then, boom, Vegemite takes the advantage and kills him. That's just really, really unlucky.
After some technical issues, I came back and now I'm playing on a toaster powered by a potato battery. I am now here with SpaceVegemite. Tell me, how do you feel right now? Are you proud about yourself?
Okay, first of all, mic check, is my mic.
Yep.
You're
Yes.
good.
Well, I'm not really feeling anything at the moment. All I want to do is win. That's all that's going through my mind right now. Thank you very much.
Of course, everyone came here to win, but you eventually won the duel between you and Jojo. I mean, of course, in the previous matches, we have seen that you used a different tactics, like tactic that you are using now. Did you somehow, did you like think about what tactic are you going to use today, like during that pause or something?
No, I punched him and I won the video.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we're all been waiting for tonight. It's the finals of the Clash. In the red, we have SpaceVegemite. In the blue, we have the Fight Night champion, Fluffy Teddy Bear. This match is going to be good, to say the least. We do have confirmation that Fluffy Teddy Bear, SpaceVegemite, and Stanvich all go into the NHBL finals in the summer. So congratulations to all three. But we still got prizes later tonight after this tournament. So make you guys stay tuned to see the prize presentation. That would be good as always. But yeah, Opacity. This is the match that we've kind of been waiting for. SpaceVegemite, Fluffy Teddy Bear. Both of these boxers have seen each other fight or fought each other before a couple times. So give me your take on this. Do you think they'll be a little bit familiar with each other? Maybe one person knows the other guy's move and such. Something like that happening.
Well, they did watch each other fight lots of times, so I'm sure the two minds will fight each other to outread the other one. Because Vegemite, we thought that Vegemite only have one word in his mind, is winning. And Fluffy is pretty tricky in his movements, so it's going to be full of surprise.
Yeah, and like I think we mentioned, this tournament was full of surprises. But two boxers here, they're already in the NHBL finals, but they want to win this tournament. And I guess before we get to the actual match, Opacity, what's your final remarks on this match? What are you hoping to see?
What?
No, like in this match, like what are you expecting to see? Like aggressive, or are you looking at like more like what are you expecting out of it?
Yeah, I see like too much of the two player trying to read each other, not stand this instinct, but with slow and low movements, to try to know what each other is going to do, and then full aggressive on the last rounds.
All right, so both boxers are gonna stand there menacingly, and they're scooting. They'll be scooting. Both boxers are scooting. Oh my God, SpaceVegemite, he's dancing, he's prancing, and Fluffy Tabor, he calls for help, he doesn't even know what to do. He backtracks, he gets back in the corner. Fluffy Tabor, he's scared, and Fluffy Tabor tries to go for a hit, they both miss, but now they both connect with their punches, and now they're clobbering each other. Fluffy Tabor with another miss, and SpaceVegemite. What did we just witness? SpaceVegemite is up 1-0 here early on, and Opacity, that was just fun to commentate. But no, Opacity. We saw a little bit of mind games between both of these boxers, and but SpaceVegemite was able to get the best of that.
I don't know if the whole early of the round was analysis or troll, but it did work out for SpaceVegemite. I don't know how, but it did. Like they both missed some shots, and then it starts being full aggressive. Like I told you, getting analysis and then aggressive.
All right, so at the bell, Fluffy Tabor just starts out of the quarter, and then SpaceVegemite, he's sidestepping. He's sidestepping like he's some stuff. I don't even know what that is. Like, I guess it's traditional boxing? I don't know. But both boxers are going to slug it out. Last punch win. SpaceVegemite was able to withstand Fluffy Tabor's punches on that one, Opassively.
As we can see, SpaceVegemite is trying to intimidate Fluffy and try to make it go in place it pretty much don't like to be in, and then take the advantage of the time and just beat him up with his bare fist.
All right, and the bell rings on that one. Both boxers now they're starting to play a little bit more seriously, and now they're both just wailing at each other. And Fluffy Tabor was able to get him in his crease there, and able to take out SpaceVegemite. And it's 2-1. Fluffy Tabor is starting to get a little bit of momentum there in that one. So, Passy, would you see in that one differently that gave Fluffy Tabor the edge?
Yeah, I don't know if they did listen to me and did the 2 first round analyzing each other, like I said, and then going full aggressive on the last round. But it did work for Fluffy on this one. I think he should stay on being this aggressive to try to win the next rounds.
All right, and both boxers are going to come out of the ring there. And Fluffy Tabor, he's starting a little bit more aggressive. We saw that in the last round. That's how he got the victory. You can see something a little bit similar there. Both trade off punches there. Not missing a single beat in that one. Speaking of beats, Fluffy Tabor just beat SpaceVegemite into a tie. It's 2-2. We're starting to see a little bit more of the Fluffy Tabor that we know. Not too much joking. Both jokes aside, Opacity, what are we seeing differently in Fluffy Tabor?
Now we can see his real tactics, his real strategy, full. His mindset is really on the fight, not like trolling anymore, and he really wants to beat Vegemite on this one.
All right, and the bell rings, and we're seeing they're both kind of being serious here. Fluffy Tabor gets off the ropes and a little bit of a boost there. Oh, and Fluffy Tabor missed that last punch! What a crucial punch! And Fluffy Tabor just yoinked and died. It was just an opportunity Fluffy Tabor had, but SpaceVegemite was able to capitalize on his mistake.
Well, as we can see, Fluffy and Vegemite did go aggressive on each other. They didn't miss a single punch, and then Fluffy missed one, and it signed his last punch. Just signed the end of the round, and Vegemite hit him and won this round.
See, this is when things get serious. Both boxers don't want to joke; they just want to go right to it. And SpaceVegemite, I think it caught Fluffy Tabor off guard. Talk about an instant grounding and pounding by SpaceVegemite on that one. He's now 4-2 against Fluffy. Opacity, I don't think Fluffy saw any of that coming.
He didn't see this. He didn't see this coming at all. To sneak punch, to sneak a punch did start Vegemite mind, and like he wanted to win this one, and didn't wait for Teddy Bear to start fighting, really, just to stop his analysis.
Alright, SpaceVegemite might win this one. He just needs 2 more wins to come out victorious here. Fluffy Tabor going with that fairy costume. It worked in the last match. And SpaceVegemite, they're both missing punches! It's really, who can connect that last punch? SpaceVegemite was able to connect it. Oh my goodness, it's now a match point. Fluffy Tabor is in jeopardy of taking home a 2nd place medal. And SpaceVegemite, wow. I mean, incredible timing. They both missed, but he was able to come back into that one opacity.
Yeah, they both missed, and it was really not. I think Vegemite saw it coming and did directly try to adapt himself to the situation and reversed it to his advantage. And Fluffy didn't really saw that coming.
All right, we might be seeing a winner here. Fluffy Tabor goes a spin right out. And Space misses. no, Fluffy misses him. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. And oh my goodness gracious, SpaceVegemite just beat Fluffy. Space just beat the Fight Night champion Teddy Bear. Here in the Clash, his first season, he wins a tournament opacity. Give me your thoughts on that victory. What a moment for Space.
Well, I think that pretty much Fluffy gave up and just let him win. Because yeah, the spin it was just here for the viewers, for the public, and it just gave up and let SpaceVegemite win.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the prize presentation for the Season 9 Clash of the National League Boxing League. Owner and founder of the NHBL, Gentleman's Fedora here. What a fantastic tournament for the stock-only fist. We saw upsets, still people looking for slots in the playoffs, but it was a very special tournament to witness going into the Final Four. Start out with JoJo, fantastic run to beat greats such as Setup Lit and Metro, and unfortunately not the result you wanted in the Super Semis against SpaceVegemite, but I'm sure you're going to be looking forward to participating in other tournaments as you get that opportunity. Third place, qualified for the playoffs, Standvich on a fantastic run, 2-1 against Baxter, 3-2 against Chicken in one of the biggest shocking upsets in the quarterfinals, and just falling one short to advance into the final, falling to Fluffy Teddy Bear, but you're qualified for the playoffs in June. Congratulations to you. Second place, Fluffy Teddy Bear. Of course, you're qualified for the playoffs and looking for another magical run. And, of course, with your victories against the Dirt and a sweep of Spaten, that close-knit victory against Stanvich, and only to go second place and just 4 rounds short of winning the tournament. Congratulations to you on that. You're, in the words of Clayface, we're going to promote the shit out of this. SpaceVegemite, congratulations on the tournament win, qualifying for the playoffs. Incredible victories against Axeman 13, Big Boy Lethal in close ones, and then the sweep against JoJo in the semis, and then 6-2 against the returning heavy boxer from last season, Fluffy Teddy Bear. Absolutely incredible for all 4 of you. Your prizes will be traded within the next few hours, but congratulations on your tournament success, and looking forward to seeing SpaceVegemite, Fluffy Teddy Bear, and Stanvich in the playoffs. Go ahead and take it away, Thin.
Thank you, Fedora. This was a very exciting match. I want to first thank all my commentators and all the refs for doing a very fantastic job as usual. So we'll do a quick interview here. Let me have the second place winner here, Fluffy Taylor, please. So yeah, you won. You got to the second place. You do qualify for the finals in the summer. But give me your thoughts here. I know you were so close on winning the final match against Space, only a couple rounds down. Do you have any words to Space? Any congratulatory? Any shots? I mean, give me your thoughts on the whole thing with Space. That was, you know what? I'm okay with that, Fluffy. All right. Well, then, hey, let's Vegemite. Would I please hear you real quick? I said please. I said please. All right. So, Space, congratulations. I know you were part of the European Fight Night scene before, and inevitably, of course, is being reworked right now. But you worked very well in the European side, hell, even with the North American side with me. Do you credit what do you think Fight Night has done, I guess, to kind of give you that push to a main event level scene that we saw tonight? It might be Fight Night is cool. Thanks. But being Fluffy Tabor tonight, you'll be going into finals, your first tournament that you won. I bet you how much confidence does this give you going into future tournaments? Now that I've won, I'm pretty confident, much more than what I had coming in